40 Mile Desert to begin our exploration documentary. Today is just the beginning, and it's going to mark a starting point. This is the 40 Mile Desert. A lot of things have changed since the immigrants died crossing it, but the land is still as unforgiving as it ever was. There's railroads there now and markers along the immigrant trail. We decided we're going to start right here at a point that just looks interesting on the map. Well, this is interesting. We have here well number 46A-20. It has the location. Very interesting. I don't know if it's a geothermal well or a water well. But it's a nice desolate area. Still, we try to stay on all the man-made trails so we don't screw things up. We made a decision. We're gonna go back a couple of miles, and then we'll be close to 95 and headed for what we hope is a historical monster out there. I mean, historical marker. Okay. Well, we're here looking at, life in the 40 Mile Desert. Look at these burrows. You can hardly see them till you're right on them. Big gophers, I'll tell you that. The 40 Mile Desert was used from 1843 until about 1869. During that time, at least 953 people died trying to cross it before 1850. More than 10,000 animals perished along the way. They traveled mostly at night. It only took 2 days to cross, but look at all the carnage that it caused along the way. Here's another point of interest in our little trek. Well, these are the salt flats, part of the 40 Mile Desert. Any water that landed on here would definitely not be potable. That means you couldn't drink it.
I wonder what that station is up there.
We are now on the immigrant trail looking for anything unusual or very interesting, and by golly, look what we found right here. Middle of the desert out here. Of course, there are old trails, but here's a lone poplar tree.
Poplar.
And of course, it's poplar with me, yeah. How about you? And here is a running water, okay? I assume it's for cattle and wildlife. God, it's cement, it's old. I'm going to find out where that water's coming from. I wonder if it's an artesian thing. Oh my God. Is this exciting or what? Any fish in there?
I don't see any.
But it's got algae, so I don't think it's alkali water. It's coming out of this hose here. So, where does the water come from? Is this an artesian thing? What the heck? Look at, did you see that? This hose, somebody ran the hose to the tree, and that's why that tree is doing so well. It's getting water. And this is still full, so obviously water's coming into it from somewhere, because it's siphoning out to the tree. Wow. This looks like some kind of marsh grass around it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Where does the water come from? Another mystery of the 40-mile desert. Where is this water coming from?
There's a hole down there. I wonder if the water is seeping in from the hole.
Huh, yeah, there's a hole in the bottom of it. I wonder.
And then how is it getting from here to the other side? Oh, well, it can just go right through
Yeah.
there.
Hmm.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Wildlife can have water.
So, for the wildlife then, of course it being winter now, everything is dried out and frozen, but that's just a little high spot surrounded by desert. This is amazing. Quite a phenomenon. Really neat thing is we're finding life in the desert that never would have suspected. And death too. Ravens and the vultures are out in force here. I can't see.
You want to go down and see what it is?
They're circling. There's something down there.
Oh, it's a cow.
Is it?
Calf, yeah. Oh, look, here's part of it.
Here's what?
Part of the cow.
Yeah, so they got something, I guess something killed something out here and then left it, and there's a vulture in that group. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That's a full-grown cow, I think. Okay.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
The coyotes have been eating on it.
Probably. Okay. Yeah, baby. Oh, my glasses. Oh, there they are. Oh, my God. All right. Good job.
Okay, I'm putting it back in.
Well, I think if you leave it in four-wheel drive, see how much stabler it is. If it's more stable than, because we were coming up here, you were really hitting it.
Yeah, it is more stable in four-wheel drive.
Okay, this is a perfect place. Right there. The old immigrant trail. Carson route, okay? And they have the Truckee route and the Carson route. We're on the Carson route because that's closer to where we live. I really do want to run the whole Truckee route one day though.